तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ जयन्ती मङ्गलकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवदात्री स्वाहा स्वदा नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sairam Lin, Sairam from Malaysia.
Sairam Sharma, Sairam from New Zealand. Thank you, Swami, for once again permitting Sharma and I to share some of your divine wisdom on a very important topic. And we do again welcome our beautiful listeners. Loving Sairam to all. Today's topic is Swami on Kundalini. Some years ago, I was visiting my friends up in the northern part of New Zealand. It's a very beautiful tropical area of New Zealand. And we were all sitting around a picnic table enjoying an after-lunch cup of tea when I saw a let's say sort of an older man, perhaps in his mid-30s, approaching from a nearby property. And he had some young ladies with him and some children. He was introduced to us and he said, "Oh, I would very much like to visit you and your husband when I am next in Auckland." And I said, "Okay." He seemed a nice enough fellow. I didn't know too much about him. He said he had retreated to the north to meditate and that he was turning his property into a meditation retreat. So that was fine. I didn't mind. We have lots of people visiting us from time to time. So some weeks later, there was a knock at my door, and it was this man with one of the ladies and one of the little children. And he came in. He had brought a big bowl of homemade soup, and everything seemed to be quite pleasant. We were chatting away after lunch, and then he suddenly said to me, "How would you like me to raise your Kundalini and open your crown chakra?" I looked at him in disbelief. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Having already been well educated in Swami's words on Kundalini, I thought, this poor, misguided man, he is off his head. And if he is teaching Kundalini and trying to open people's crown chakras, he is going to end up in a mental institution. And indeed, that did happen some 10 years later. However, let's cut to the chase. Now, in these days, there is a great wave of what I call waking up in the world, which was what Swami predicted, that many people would start turning more to spiritual life and start exploring different ways to make contact with the divine. Now, we as Sai devotees know that Swami has told us that the divine is within you. There is no need to go to outside teachers of various practices. He said, in this Kali Yuga age, the great blessing is the fast track to the divine within is namasmarana, saying the holy name. Can be any name, can be Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, can be any name. Swami said all names are mine. However, Kundalini practices have become very, very widespread. Anyone now can call themselves a teacher of Kundalini. We have seen it here even in our neighborhood, and we have seen many people literally break down with various mental disabilities and mental problems because of the training has not been proper, the training has not been good, it has been perpetrated by people who are completely unqualified to teach it. And this is happening worldwide. I would like to now share with you all what Swami has had to say about Kundalini. And he has been very, very precise about it. There are many references, but I will give you several, and you may do more research if you wish. In fact, Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 9, page 33, if you have it, has a great deal of information on it. Jack Hislop, in his book, Conversations with Sathya Sai Baba, began to ask Swami these same questions. Swami, what is Kundalini, and is it a good idea to practice it? Swami said, Kundalini Shakti is balance in mind and action. Regarding the idea, and this is Swami speaking, of how the snake of Kundalini awakens at the base of the spine and activates each chakra as it rises up, Bhagwan said, that energy is prana. It is imagined, now look at that word, imagined, as rising up the spine by the practice of pranayama. That is a breathing practice. The practice of pranayama is dangerous unless all circumstances are exactly correct. It is not necessary, and Swami advised against us. The area between the 9th and 12th vertebrae is especially sensitive, and of course this is the area where Swami has explained the life force enters the body as breath. An injury there between the 9th and 12th vertebrae can result in paralysis. Meditation, as described by Swami, is the royal road, the easy path. Why bother with other practices? For meditation, to be effective, there must be steady practice with no hurry and no worry. With steady practice, the person will become quiet, and the state of meditation will naturally come about. To think otherwise is weakness. Success is assured. Now, here is Swami in Sathya Speaks. In the science of Kundalini Yoga, the vital energy of man lying dormant at sleeping, like a coiled snake at the bottom of this column in the lowest Muladhara chakra, the basic wheel, is aroused and awakened so it comes up through 6 more centers of superior superconsciousness until it reaches the 1,000-petaled lotus wheel at the very top of the skull. The passage for the Kundalini is through the Sushumna nerve in the center of the spinal column. The worship of the snake, ridiculed as superstition, is symbolic counterpart of this great yogic sadhana, which confers vigor and vitality. On the hill, Lord Venkateswara, excuse my pronunciation, is called the Lord of the 7 Hills. For 7 hills have to be climbed before the temple is reached. Obviously, the 6 chakras and the Sahasrara are indicated here. For in Raja Yoga, the Supreme is revealed only when the individual raises the vital energy. Now, Swami then says, and this is from, as we know, Swami teaches on many levels. And he has said, this is Swami speaking again, and this is in Sathya Speaks, volume 17. Even in sitting for meditation, certain rules have to be observed. Care must be taken to keep the spine straight and steady without bending this way and that. Some persons bend their necks during meditation, and this is very harmful, as the arresting of Kundalini chakra at the throat, where some subtle arteries operate, may endanger the entire physical system. Many have suffered mental derangement on account of misdirection of the Kundalini Shakti. During meditation, one should not bend backwards. This is also harmful. The third eye should be told to see God. The mind should be restrained from restlessness by making it concentrate on So-Hum. And we have discussed the So-Hum mantra, I am He, in other talks. I will not expound upon it here. By the So-Hum process, which Swami has recommended with Mata Betty, the life breath is controlled. This reveals the great power of yoga. Now, Swami says there is no need to undertake a separate exercise for awakening the Kundalini Shakti. This process of breath control will in itself achieve this purpose. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, the rishis practiced silence to conserve their energy, which was lost through speech. And this is another suggestion of Swami's, that we begin to conserve our speech energy. That is why he has said silence is the only language of the realized. So this calls for control over all of our sense organs. Swami has said, the ear should be trained to listen only to matters of the divine and to eschew evil gossip. The eyes should be told to see God. And we have already given the exercise for the mind to be restrained from restlessness by making it concentrate on the breathing process, if this is what you want to do, and relating it to inhalation and exhalation, to the repetition of the mantra, so hum. So hum. That is how Mata Betty taught it. So hum. I am he. And as Swami says, by this process, the life breath is controlled. For myself, I have never felt the need to practice breath meditation. It is enough for me to use other methods of focusing on Swami. For me, it is seeing the Swami in everyone. But everyone has their own choice as to how they want to progress on their spiritual path. But I think it is extremely important that we focus on the fact that meditation should be practiced as a means of cultivating pure, selfless love, love, love. That is what Swami wants. He wants us to have a ceiling on our desires, our attachment to worldly things, see God, and live your life in God. Om Shri Sai Ram with love.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Rakcha Rakcha Sai Ishvara. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishvara Arpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.